Vegas is the capital of luck and chance, and the Cowboys and Cowgirls seeking gold here at Thomas Mack in Las Vegas certainly hope they have luck in their favor tonight. It's round 4 of the 2024 NFR, and it starts right now.
That's a half a second off the arena record.
Never started like this. And I don't want to jinx it, but again, it's we're blessed to be here, and we're just going to keep it going.
3.7.
We're excited with just the beginning of the week, so we have a lot of rodeo left.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as him.
My uncle's going to say he's good luck because the last time he flew into Vegas in 2019, that night I won the round.
6-9. Carbon copy of round number 2.
Every little girl dreams about running 10 times and winning all 10 rounds, and none of us actually think that we're going to do that.
87.5.
33 rounds, my first round win. In a way, it kind of sucks, but it's great. I'll probably go get some ice cream with my son and my wife, and we'll go to bed.
Dreams are continuing to come true here on UNLV's campus. It's the Thomas Mack Center. Round 4 is here, and it's Sunday night in Las Vegas, and we're about ready to have a lot of fun. This is the NFR Preshow presented by Brumbaugh's Furniture and Design. Well, a big welcome and good evening. I'm Kadee Coffman. I've got all my friends joining me once again at the desk to really break down all the action that we saw last night, and we'll get to a lot of predictions for this evening in round number 4. Alongside me, Luke Branquinho, Jackie Crawford, Kaycee Feild, and Stetson Wright. Well, he called. He said he wanted to come back to the desk. He was having a little FOMO over there at Zouk. So we've got the 8-time world champion here with us tonight, and you're going to be getting all kinds of insights and predictions from their friends and competitors and how they think it's all going to play out in the arena inside Thomas Mack Center. Before we get to the recap from last night, we're going to take a look at the world titles and the leaders coming into round number 4. This is how it's shaping up in all 8 events. We have Keenan Hayes, Will Lummus, Tyler Wade, Wesley Thorpe, Damian Brennan, Riley Webb, Haley Kinzel, and Josh Frost. That's how we see it coming into, like I said, Sunday night in Las Vegas. I'm having so much fun. I almost got bucked off my chair there. But hey, when we look back at round number 3, you want to talk about some buckers. Kaycee Feild, in that eliminator pin, they showed out.
Jess Pope, again, my buddy, Faded Night. What an amazing big paint horse. Jess, he's familiar. He loves Vegas. He does good here. This horse bucks right here. Big old paint, covering some ground, dropping out of the air. Jess Pope keeps his chin down. Watch Jess Pope's free arm. It never gets out of control. It shows control. I'm proud of this young man. He kicks butt every year in Vegas. This is some of his stats. He's actually, he's only 5 points out of the lead of the aggregate. I'm really excited to see if he can get on top of that. The only round he hasn't won money is round 1. That's amazing. Jess Pope, the dancing, he's got to get better at the dancing. the riding, he's got that down, but his dance moves, he's got to work on it.
Well, you know what? Good thing he's not being scored on the Macarena. But Jess is coming in. He's currently 3rd in the average, and he's a 3-time average champion in the bareback riding as well at the NFR. And Luke, we're going to get right to you. And Will Lummus, he's been showing out.
He absolutely has. And last night was a tough pin of steers. Like, they ran really, really hard. One thing Will did is when his feet hit the ground, I said, man, he's going to be about 4 flat, but we're going to see a great shot of it right here. Gets the start. That steer's running. Will hit his feet on the ground and said, come back here to 3-5. He ran it to be 4 flat, but he spun that steer back. 3-5 for the go-around win. Look out. He is on a mission. That gold buckle has eluded him, but look, I think this year he has a chance to go ahead and get that done.
Well, we will certainly see how it starts to take shape. We still have so many nights to go here at the 2024 NFR, but Will Lummus, he is sitting 1st in the average coming into the night to round 4. So really it's all him, and to be a fierce competitor in the steer wrestling. Team roping, Caleb Driggers, Junior Nogueira, and Egasquiza and Lord, they showed up last night too with a 3 and 7. Jackie?
Yeah, and so glad to see these 2 teams strike. They came in 1st and 3rd in the world standings coming into here and haven't had any luck in the first 2 rounds. And this team that came in 2nd came through and kind of were blowing the doors off a little bit the first 2 rounds. So it was nice to see these 2 teams come in, make great runs, finish up, and really be back in the game. Right here, you see, right here, well, Caleb Driggers and Junior. Caleb, tough rough first 2 nights. I mean, even lost his rope last night, or the night before last. Tonight, he comes out looking like Caleb Driggers, hits the start, had a horse change. Junior comes in there, cleans everything up. Keep that run really tight. Stellar run, 3-7. Then the guys that come in first, high call, come back and do the same exact thing. It was so good to see those guys get back in the race.
It absolutely was, like we said. With a 3 and 7, we're watching just another quick run from Dustin Egasquiza and Levi Lord.
Yeah, these guys, this is what we've been looking for since round number 1. This is what Dustin does. Levi cleans it up. Such a great, this is the first time, Luke, that he hit the start and really looked like himself.
Well, and just to that point, they almost looked out of sorts in the first 2 rounds. And this is what we've seen from them all year long. And we knew it was going to show up. I'm just glad it showed up in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Now they can continue that momentum and a quest for a world championship.
Absolutely.
Well, and if we've been keeping up, and if people have been keeping up at home on the Pro Fantasy picks and paying attention to what these experts have been saying at the desk, well, Stetson Wright, he called it last night. Zeke Thurston and Miss Valley, 88 points, Stetson.
Yeah, Zeke, me personally going into that round, like I said, I knew he was going to win. It's a big, flashy main bay horse, and it literally fit Zeke to a T. He got that little twist me and Kaycee were talking about, but good mark out, set this horse up, and many people that don't pay attention to it, like he's spurring and keeping that horse picked up and kept her from trailing off, because that horse will trail off towards the end, but Zeke stayed in time with her from start to finish, was dragging every ounce of points out of her, and I mean, nobody really stood a chance in that round against Zeke, and them boys better start riding good, or else he's going to run away with this again.
Well, I think it's safe to say that's what world champs do right there, right?
That's exactly right.
When we look to tie down roping, Jackie, Ty Harris with that 6 and 9. Wow, the first sub-7 time we've seen so far at the 2024 NFR. Not to mention Riley Webb and Shad Mayfield. Well, they were really close there in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, you know, we kind of knew this pin of calves was going to be fast. It's kind of the smaller pin of calves. It was good to see Ty Harris strike on Peso. We've been talking about right here is, well, that's Shad Mayfield right here. And Shad comes out and makes a great run. We just still haven't seen Shad turn on like Shad can. You know, this calf was a little softer for him, but right here, Riley Webb comes in, makes the same run that Riley Webb's been making in three rounds. I mean, this kid is on fire. No mistakes yet. I haven't seen him make one bobble yet. And then right here, Ty Harris comes out on Peso. Peso was flawless. Keeps that calf's head like we talked about and lets him get that calf up, because that calf wanted to be a little softer, which takes time. But Ty Harris did a good job, and that little horse performed last night.
Yes, he did. 6 and 9. Ty Harris went for the round win in round number 3. And when we're talking about Shad Mayfield, well, we're going to be talking about him a lot on this pre-show. He comes in with back number 1, and someone at this desk knows what that back number 1 feels like all too well. But when we're looking at the all-around race, Shad Mayfield still is there on top, Luke. But can Junior Nogueira, can he creep up and kind of put some pressure on him?
Yeah, and it's really early to tell, obviously. Team roping, 2-man event, so Junior not only has to rely on his ability, but he has to rely on Caleb's as well. And, you know, that's going to be, to me, the difference maker there. Caleb's going to have to go try to win a gold buckle in the team roping, which will help Junior win that gold buckle in the all-around race. With Shad, it's all on him. He's the only one that can control that destiny. Stetson, you know everything about that. You're the one in charge of that, and Shad's going to have to put his pedal to the metal to get that done.
Yeah, and Shad just got to go back to what got him that number 1 back number all year, and it showed at the finals the last couple of years. Like, there's always something that goes wrong here, and he's got to put it aside and go back to what's got him his first gold buckle and why he came in number 1. And I'm pulling for him, but I mean, Coleman Proctor is also another one that I'm pretty excited about. I love Coleman.
Well, we'll see. Like Luke said, it's still too early to call the average, but the stories are definitely starting to take shape. You want to talk about another story? How about Haley Kinzel and sister just truly riding their own destiny here inside the Thomas and Mack? She's won her 3rd straight go-round, and if you're keeping track of statistics, well, Jimmy Monroe, she won 5 straight go-round wins back in 1984. That's the consistency, up to 5. Haley's well on her way, Jackie, with 3 in her back pocket.
Yeah, you know, I don't see this duo slowing down any this week. When you come out on fire like they have, and now she's got a couple of more goals to reach, I mean, how cool would it be to pass up, maybe win 6 go-rounds in a row? I mean, I just see her wanting to do that, and I don't see her letting up any.
Luke, did you have a conversation with her about her performance last night?
Listen, I know that everybody thinks it's a joke, but she really does, right? She does that? No?
Have you ever ridden a barrel horse?
Yeah, actually, I won my first
Isn't it like
buckle
a-
in the barrel race at 3 years old or whatever I was. But
Okay.
anyway, no, she doesn't listen to me.
Well, I don't think she needs to take advice from anyone but herself and maybe her mom, too. How about that? When we looked at bull riding, Stetson, your buddy Clayton Sellers, he put it on him last night.
Yeah, and I found out last night that it was his first ever round win, which is shocking because Clayton rides so good. They rode this bull earlier this year in Sioux Falls. I think it was around the same score, but this was just an awesome ride. He backdoored him the whole time, flashed it up, and I mean, it was probably the most exciting ride that I've seen at this NFR, and that's pretty good for Clayton to get heating up right now because he's got a chance to win the world too.
Well, just like you said, it's Clayton's first NFR round win. He hasn't felt that yet. I'm really excited to see what that does for his confidence and how strong he comes out for the rest of the rodeo.
Yeah, you get the taste of it once and you just go back for more.
It's hard to get rid of that taste.
Well, it'll give him a great set of confidence indeed coming into round number 4 tonight. You know, before we head to break, we'll just look in the rearview mirror one more time, Luke. And anything that surprised you last night from round number 3?
You know, just in the steer wrestling, obviously, because it's my event, the start, these guys need to hit the barrier to have a chance. And you see Dalton Massey has been struggling. I hope that he figures it out because that guy has so much grit, so much determination. That's what got him to this #1 spot. But man, that's my biggest thing last night. He's going to have to start hitting the barrier and making the runs that got him here.
Jackie?
I mean, yeah, who would have thought that so many people would have come in winning so many rounds, the same people. You know, I know that we had a little skip, but just like Haley, that is unbelievable. With the talented horses that are in here, I know Sister is amazing, but to win 3 across the board with the lineup that's in the barrel race, I mean, yeah, it's surprising, but it's exciting. I like it.
Kaycee?
For sure. Yeah, you know what's shocking to me in the bareback ride? And there's 5 guys that haven't won money. R.C. Landingham, Leighton Berry, Cole Reiner, Rhinestone Reiner, some people call him, Jacob Lees. It's crazy to me. Those guys ride so good. I'm really excited for them guys to start the second half. Well, we're almost there. Not quite the second half. But those guys have been here several times. I want those guys to win money. I'm ready for them, too.
Hopefully they'll turn it around, maybe starting tonight in round 4. Stetson, I'll end with you.
Well, the bronc riding, them, like I said earlier, the bronc riders better start doing something and doing it fast because Zeke is really heating up and he's starting to look as dangerous as ever.
Well, we'll see how they perform tonight inside the Thomas and Mack. Hey, stick around. We've got 2-time PRCA Announcer of the Year, Anthony Lucia. He's going to be catching up with Tyler Wade and Wesley Thorpe, maybe learning more about their recipe and their strategy heading into tonight. But right here after break, let's take a pause and learn more about the Golden Circle of Champions happening tonight.
Get ready for the richest weekend in rodeo. The American Rodeo returns to Arlington, Texas, April 11th and 12th, 2025. With performances by country music artists Riley Green and Bailey Zimmerman. See the biggest names in rodeo go head-to-head versus rising stars, all for a shot at a life-changing $1 million. Get your tickets now at AmericanRodeo.com and join us April 11th and 12th at Globe Life Field. The American Rodeo, where legends are made.
For PFR's 21st birthday, we're celebrating in style. I'm offering up my own personal Cybertruck. Go to ProFantasyRodeo.com. Pick one rider from each event at the NFR. Rodeo Super Bowl. Best team over 10 nights is the winner. You could pick the truck and trailer, but think about how cool it'd be driving around in one of these.
bunch of us contestants are over here with the Golden Circle champions.
We're here with a bunch of kids that have been diagnosed with cancer, and we're just trying to show them a fun time. We're showing them all the events.
We're teaching them how to rope, and there's all different deals we get to teach them how to do.
This is Sullivan. You having fun?
Yeah, I'm having lots of fun. I'm roping the dummy.
Yeah, Sullivan. If you keep heading like that, Caden's gonna come renting for you.
Anytime a guy can give back to the community and just make a kid's day it's awesome. This ain't easy. This is Melanie. This is who where all the boys are hanging out with.
Oh, this is my first time, so I'm really excited about this. I'm really grateful for this. Thank you.
Well, she takes better interviews than Rainer does. Good work, good work.
Welcome back to the Teton Ridge NFR Preshow, brought to us by Brumbaugh's. And when it comes down to it, we are in the Brumbaugh's Lounge. I am joined with world champions Tyler Wade, Wesley Thorpe, and what you just watched was truly an event that we all got to go to and experience, impacting the young kids that are battling for their lives, the greatest champions in our book. And when it comes also to giving back, you actually gave, Wesley, your round 2 winning buckle to be auctioned off, $5,000. Why'd you do that?
Well, first off, the Golden Circle's been a special part of my life for several years now, and to get to go and see what these kids are having to go through and what their parents have to go through. To me, if that could raise enough money to help them ease their pain and what they're going through down the road, that would mean a lot more to me than what that buckle does.
Well, both of you were there today. You had your champions of your own that you were taking care of and teaching and showing the ropes, and you brought them on stage. They were given those championship belt buckles. But over the last 3 nights, you guys have both earned round wins and 2 different performances. Let's take a look at round number 1. Tyler Wade, walk us through this momentum that you brought into Las Vegas.
Well, I told Wesley when we started that whoever wins the most out here usually starts out on a roll, and to kind of get the ball rolling around 1 and 2 was awesome. I thought our first run was pretty smooth. Second one was a little wilder than that, but just glad to have $67,000 in our pockets going into round 4.
It gives you a big opportunity, and when you talk about round number 2, you said it was a little more out of control. I'm not seeing it because it was still 3.7 seconds.
Well, you can't tell with Wesley because he's always pretty smooth, but I missed the barrier a mile, and I didn't have plans of throwing it that far, and then it was now or nothing, and it worked out.
A little bit of a stumble in round 3, but this more momentum and an opportunity that you guys have before you with 7 rounds remaining. There is so much money to be made, and I think one of the most, I wouldn't say unique things about your team, but the thing that I love the most is you guys are going to do what you do every single night, and it's probably going to work.
Well, we definitely had a game plan coming in, and we're trying to stick to it and ride the course, ride the roller coaster, because it is one out here all 10 nights.
It's a bumpy road.
It's a bumpy road, but we hope to come out on top and do our job. So.
Absolutely. And T-Wade, right now, some of our great hosts on the main stage, they would actually like to ask you a question, and I don't know who that's going to be. Hopefully Luke, because he knows the most about team roping, according to him.
Yeah, I got some videos I'll show you guys to help you, get through this round. But, guys, these steers, this is going to be the second time you've seen them. They went in round 1, I do believe, and they were actually in no time on your steer was Dustin and Levi. What's the game plan going in on a steer like that wasn't caught in the first round?
Well, I think Dustin just kind of got a bad go, but we knew that steer come left, and I'm not a real big fan of them coming left in here, but if you can get close to the barrier, you can get close to the steer, and you have plenty of room to work with. So for me, it's just getting a good start. I've seen that Eric Rogers and Paul Eves, they're winning the average, and they have the steer we won the first round on. So I'm going to try to put a little bit of heat on them tonight.
Okay, well, this is Las Vegas, but I did hear you married your uncle last night, but not married him, but you officiated the wedding.
I don't know what they do with bulldogging, but I'm just telling you, I'm an ordained minister now. We got Uncle Rick married off. Him and Angie, they're having a great time out here, and yeah, really don't know what I was doing.
You officiated.
But I didn't know what to do with my hands.
I think what Luke was trying to say is you officiated your uncle's wedding. You didn't actually marry your uncle.
Wedding.
Hey, the text we got said he married his uncle. That's all I'm saying.
Rick is from Oklahoma.
All right, fellas, so congratulations on officiating that wedding, and I hope you get to do that many, many more times. And the best of luck to both of you. 7 rounds remain, and we hope that you can defend that title that you guys so valiantly earned last season.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Kadee?
All All right, thanks, Anthony. And yes, best of luck to that team. We'll be watching them inside the Thomas and Mack and see what they can get done in round number 4. You obviously saw what their strategy and mindset is going into tonight. And speaking of team roping, Jackie, that's your team who you have at the end of round 10 walking home with those gold buckles. Is that still at top of your mind?
Yeah, I'm sticking to it. I think these guys, I mean, they're hungry. They got to taste that world title last year. You know, T-Wade got his. And so I just think that, just like they said, the people who come out on fire are going to win a lot of money, and I think they came out on fire round 1 and 2. I'm blaming the steer last night for the miss. He ducked his head. T-Wade, I think you're fine. I think y'all have won the round 2. So I'm sticking with them.
Have we talked more about these Penn steers? We're obviously going into round number 4. They know what they're going to be. Do you have an idea on what that pin looks like tonight, Jackie?
You know, I don't. I just remembering from the round 1, but you know, I think it's so crucial when it gets to round 4, then you get to start strategizing because you've already seen their characteristics already go in a round previously. And so you can strategize, and sometimes I think that's a good thing, and then sometimes I think you can outsmart yourself. So I really don't think that they're going to change their game plan a whole lot. Those guys, that's just what they do. Hit the barrier, throw fast, make fast runs. So, but I do think that a lot of that comes into play.
Well, you just heard it from the 23-time world champion cowgirl. Doesn't seem too hard, does it? Well, we're just getting this party started here in the Pro Rodeo Fan Zone. When we come back, one of our favorites on set, Jenna Paulette, will take the stage.
Here we are with another chance to possibly win $1 million.
Hopefully this is our road to the American.
We love that money.
We're trying for that $1 million.
Going to the casino.
Paving our way towards $1 million. Lord knows we could use it. You know, it's an opportunity you only have once a year, so it's time to make it count.
At Tractor Supply, we understand that out here, no 2 days are the same. Some days start early, others end a little late. Some days you're taking things a step at a time, others you're just stepping away from it all. Some days you're caring for your property, others your family. Either way, you're ready for whatever comes next. At Tractor Supply, we'll help you make the most of life out here, no matter how you live it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Daddy said since the day I was born, I'd stand there staring out of that screen door, trying to reach the handle, go out and play in the yard. But since then, I guess ain't much changed. If I ain't working and it don't rain, I'm all over angles on the prairie, dawn to dark. Outside, give me a midnight moon or blue sky, west wind blowing through the barbed wire. Yeah, I come alive when I feel it on my skin. Talking out there where worry turns into a don't care. If you want to get to know me on the inside, see my best side, get me outside. calls me up on his way home. Hey girl, where you wanna go? We could get a table for two somewhere downtown. Well, I was thinking maybe we could skip the bar, find a little spot underneath the stars. I just wanna lay there in your arms till that sun comes up. Outside, give me a midnight moon or blue sky, west wind blowing through the barbed wire. Yeah, I come alive when I'm feeling on my skin. I'm talking out there where a worry turns into a don't care. If you wanna get to know me on the inside, see my best side, get me outside. Talking outside, out past the city limits line, a little closer to heaven where the sun is setting in your eyes. Outside, give me a midnight moon or blue sky, west wind blowing through the barbed wire. Yeah, I come alive when I feel it on my skin. Talking out there where a worry turns into a don't care. To know me on the inside, see my best side, get me outside.
Thank you.
Oh, we just love Jenna Paulette so much. How lucky are we to have her back on our NFR Preshow? She's going to set her guitar down and make her way up here and visit with Luke, Jackie, and I. And, you know, Jenna, I was just thinking the last time you were here was 2022 with us, and I just became a mom of my second child, and you just became a mom for your first. Yes. The biggest congratulations.
Thank you so much. She's here. She's 2 months old. She got on her first airplane, and she's just been such a trooper. And she's had her little like mini boots and Wrangler denim T-shirts, and it's just the cutest thing.
And she is so cute.
Thank you.
She sent me a video before we came out here, and I bet I've rewatched that thing 15 times. She's adorable. So
Thank
adorable.
you.
And I know you're super proud.
I am. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I know everybody says that, but you really don't know until you've experienced it.
Yeah,
so.
Isn't that so true? And Luke, obviously being a father of three, he knows that too. But let's just get to let's get to your music, Jenna, and visit just more about the inspiration behind the song you just sang for us.
Yes, yeah. So this song, I mean, I grew up outside, and everything about what informed what I was going to do with my life came from being on my family's ranch and being out in the middle of nowhere pretending. I mean, there's a line in that song about I'm all Laura Ingalls on the prairie, dawn to dark, and I read Laura Ingalls books, watched Little House on the Prairie, and, you know, so much of your imagination when you're little helps you figure out who you're going to be and what you're going to be about, and my music's influenced by all of that still today.
Yeah, and I think that's actually who you are. Like,
Yeah.
you come do this, and then you fly home, and you guys ranch, and you ride, and you work cows, and it's really real. It's not just a persona that you're putting on. And I got an invite from Ross. I get to come down
Come
and
to
ranch
West
with
Texas.
you guys, and I cannot wait.
We can't wait to have you, and the offer stands. I mean, come on. Come on.
I
We'd
would
love it.
that. I would love that.
Well, and again, a huge fan, obviously. You and my wife converse over social media and in person, but I love everything about what you're doing for country music and what you're doing for the fans, the rodeo. But I love watching your social media because it's authentic, it's realistic, and not only are you a cowgirl on stage, you're a cowgirl, and Jackie hit it spot on. I mean, true and true.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're just blessed to get to do it. I know not everybody gets exposed to this when they're little, and I encourage anybody who wants to be a part of it to get a taste for it and learn from somebody. And we're just blessed to have the opportunities that we have. I mean, my husband's a full-time day working cowboy, and we're looking for lease country of our own and looking to buy cows of our own this year, and that's all very exciting. And it's just a dream, and it is the American dream in its purest form, I think. And yeah, we're just lucky to live it.
Yeah, and you're living the Western way of life every day, and now being a new mom. I'm so happy for you. Are you sticking around to watch the rodeo?
I actually watched it last night, so I will be watching it, just not in the Thomas and Mack.
I mean, you just have a 2-month-old baby girl that you need to care for. No big deal. But hey, Jenna, thanks so much for stopping by the NFR Pre-Show and singing to so many of the great fans here and just catching up with us. You're definitely one of our favorites, and welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Love y'all.
Hey, stick around. We are going to catch up with Will Lummus when we come back from this break. Stay here.
I'm gonna buy some beers for the guys. I gotta go up here and buy some beers for everybody. Do you want a beer? I gotta get the beers. Man, I won the round. I gotta buy beers. I gotta buy beers. Yes, you do. I gotta buy 15 beers. That's all I know. I spent $280 on that round in the first round.
Just a vodka, soda, water with a lime. Squeeze. Not squeeze fully.
Can I squeeze it?
He's damn right.
Here we go. Say win.
Win. You stare with your finger?
You want me to? Some Thomas and Mack dirt because it's been a while.
It's been, low blow, but you're right. You're right.
Okay, here we go. I need 15 Coors Lights. I figured I'd start with those first. Hey, let's just set them right here for me. All right, tell whoever it is, that's the Bull beer.
I'm not saying this just because I love you. You're going to win the award this year. You understand me? I've never seen you bulldog better. I'm telling you right now. Third round, we got 7 minutes left, and I'm gonna try your ass on. You're gonna be the goddamn world champion.
Montar em Barretos para mim é um sonho, como eu vi meu pai ganhar Barretos.
I'm very excited because I think it's the biggest crowd I've ever competed. They're gonna scream and that's gonna be so fun.
That right there is why I'm here, to change that little one's life.
It's really cool rodeoing with Eli. I get to teach him things. You get 3 strikes in baseball. You get 1 shot when you nod your head at rodeo, and you got to make it count.
People love cowboys. It's just part of life.
I'm pretty lucky with the horses that I have. They truly are my freedom. They are my happiness. They allow me to do my passion.
The electricity during the rodeo from the fans that you can feel on the buck and shoot, there's not a rodeo like it.
It's just like a dream come true to be able to qualify for the American.
It's really opening doors for everyone here.
And I'll have the miso glazed salmon, please. Thank you.
Excellent choice. And for you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have the 8-ounce filet. Medium. Oh, and the seafood tower for the table.
Good call.
Great call.
Cheers.
Well, welcome back to the NFR Pre-Show presented by Brumbaugh's Furniture and Design. We're going to get in and talk about the average race in the events that are taking place inside the Thomas and Mack Center. And, you know, we're going to get right down to it. I know we're only on round number 4 and we have so many nights left, but here are the NFR average leaders as we see it right now. Cole Franks, Justin Schaefer, Eric Rogers, Paul Eve, Zeke Thurston, Riley Webb, Haley Kinzel, and Cooper James. They are sitting very well, obviously, in the NFR average. At the top of the leaderboard, we know it can change a lot, and we're going to get right to the 6-time world champ, Kaycee Feild, and we're going to really talk to you just about Cole Franks and how you think he's sitting going into these next rounds.
Cole Franks is doing great right now. I call him Frankie, little Frankie. He's doing great. Great scores all 3 first rounds, 87, 85, 85. But he's doing it right. Watch him pick these horses up. He's helping these horses buck. There's guys that are just going through the motions, but Cole, he's riding with authority with the spurs. He's helping these horses out. And so, Cole, he's going to be a contender all the way through the NFR. Round 2 right here, first one was great. See this horse right here kind of kicks flat, and then he steps forward and wanting to get out of there. Cole keeps a hold of him with his spurs and really helps the horse out. That horse right there wanted to get away from him, but not with Cole. Round 3, here we go. Strong mark out. That horse is filling the spurs. You can kind of see him tuck his chin a little bit, curling his front feet. That's because of how Cole is handling his spurs and his upper body and the free arm. He's helping that horse, eliminator pin. Cole, he's riding great. I talked to his dad earlier today at the convention center, Catwood Christmas. Brett and Cole, very confident right now. I'm really excited to see how Cole can continue the NFR.
Kaycee, you touched on it last night, but just how physically demanding the sport of bareback riding is. You know it better than anyone. Going into round 4, it's Cole up for the task for these next 7 rounds.
Yeah, Cole has been here a few times, and so he understands what his body's feeling like and what he needs to do to care for it. There's a lot of guys going to be putting ice on tonight after last night, the eliminators. Tonight's the hopper pin, a little easier. I shouldn't say easy, but horses that you can dress up and show off on. But Cole, he understands his body. He's been here several times. He's going to take care of it. He's excited. He wants to win. His dad's been here in the bronc riding several times. So, I'm excited for Cole. And right where he's at, he's in a good position.
Luke, Will Lummus.
Yeah, Will Lummus, average leader right now. No doubt he has been dominant here at the finals so far. Riding a new horse, Swamper, and you see right here, great start, but this is so impressive. When Will gets a hold of that nose, lights out for him. 3-7 right there. Got the W in the first round. He is pumped. Now, here's second round. Did not place, but this horse Swamper has been working exceptional. Steer steps at him. Will has to slow down. Steer rolls down his back just a little bit. But what I want to talk about is last night. This was as impressive of a run as we've seen from Will Lummus at the national finals. He ran that steer to be 4 flat, and he jerked him back out of his track. Say, come on back to 3-5, guys. I'm going to get this go-round win. And he is just on fire. If he can keep that confidence rolling, there's no doubt that Will Lummus has a chance at a gold buckle. Now tonight, he has a steer that JD instructed us was no time on in the first go-round. Will's going to have to set up a little game plan. And Jack, we talk about how important it is knowing the steers now. You could set up a game plan if there's something out there that you see. Now you go at it and have a chance. I'm going to say Will's going to place in the go-round again.
Well, we'll see what his strategy is soon enough. Round 4 is almost here. Jackie, how about reigning world champion Riley Webb in the tie-down?
Oh, Riley Webb looks like he's coming out and making practice pin runs and cashing day money checks. I mean, he's flawless right here. Every single time he's gotten a start, just like that, set the run up perfect, clean tie, no bobbles whatsoever. He's not getting in a hurry. He's not getting in his own way. You'll see, he gets forward motion on this horse, gives him a little pull right there, gets it on him clean. He's so set up for the second swing throw every single time. It's just textbook run. Those look like carbon copies of each other, and same thing again here in round 3. Gets him a small little pull right there at the line. Clean neck shot. Riley Webb is doing such a phenomenal job of handling these calves and setting that up to just do everything right, everything clean. Like I said, that looks like Riley Webb day in, day out. Like he could just continue to do that all 10 rounds. Impressive.
Well, we'll see what he can get done tonight, certainly. And, we're just on the world champion train, and the veterans in their own right, they know what they're doing. And Zeke Thurston did in the saddle bronc riding, Stetson.
Yeah, and you guys keep giving me an easy one to talk about. I mean, Zeke's been winning, every year he's came here, and he's been 86.5, and 88. So he shows no sign of slowing down. And, the average is his to lose, I guess. And he... right here on Yellowstone from round 1, just a textbook ride. Zeke did his job and then rolled into round 2, and he had another good one. And everyone, erotic tango here, and all these, right there's a little bobble, but that was the only bobble in all 3 rounds that Zeke's ran into. Everything else has been flawless, and then come back on Miss Valley in round 3 and was 88. He's just riding as good as he ever has, and then rolling into round 4 tonight, he's got another good horse that he realistically could be 86.5 or more on again. And like I said, he shows no sign of slowing down, and I'm pretty excited to watch him the rest of the time.
I think Zeke has a lot of fans there inside, Thomas and Mack. Have you given your brothers any advice?
Just keep doing what got you here. We try not to overthink it, so I keep my mouth shut. They did it all year without me, so I don't have no room to talk for them.
They don't ever open their mouth either. Let's just say that.
Hey, I think Stetson's doing a great job on the pre-show. We've heard more from Stetson in the last 3 or 4 days than I think he's done in any interview, so we love it.
Well, and they're tired of listening to me.
Well, we are going to have our timed event predictions here coming up. But first, Junior wins the round last night, his 9th career round win here. We'll hear from the champ about some of the extra care he gives his horses when we come back.
I just try to put my foot in the stirrup as much as I can, as much as possible. I'm grateful for every time I get to, but with that comes a lot of fails. I don't really think that people understand how much goes into what we do to be competitive.
More than $6 million in earnings.
He didn't waste any time turning around and getting back in there. He is just a talent like this industry. This is where the money's made right here.
This job is something that if you don't absolutely love it, it doesn't matter how talented you are. Being able to go that fast and turn that hard, and a horse is literally giving you their everything to put on a show in 2.5 minutes by separating a cow the best that you can and keeping that cow from the herd is our entire goal. Whoever looks the best and does it the most correctly is gonna come out on top.
Don Benuel is back-to-back champion here in the cutting.
You know, people just see the wins. They just see like the good moments. I'm only responsible for really about 20% of our success. There's so much pressure and fatigue and frustrating moments that people don't get to see. Watching your team and your family and everybody give 100% to get me to town in the best way, to feel the most competitive that I can, it's a beautiful process that goes into what we do.
Man, Las Tunas, they've been amazing, you know, the horses and the cattle. I'm all about it. You know, the bloodline, the breeding program, when everybody gets involved and the host part gets better, horses get better, the ropers, the trainers, and the cattle. So that's why Las Tunas and I, we just become friends first and then partners. When we have the advantage of have a great horse can run and speed and always helping you, you're gonna be very successful. They're raising some great horses and they work at the ranch. So they teach those horses how to work all day and they come over and they ride them in the arena and they rope them, they train them. And then when you bring them back to the arena, they're way more prepared, minded, they're calm, and they make it way easier to train and make a really good horse for the rest of their life.
Well, impressive numbers by the world champion, Junior Nogueira, and great to hear how he takes such great care of those horses. Hey, it's almost time for our round 4 picks. But before we get to those, we are going to throw it over to the Brumbaugh's Lounge. Anthony Lucia is standing by with some very special guests. Anthony?
Yeah, thank you, Kadee. I'm joined with, like you said, some awesome people from the National High School Rodeo Association. We've got President Kate Albertson as well as VP of Marketing Gary Hawks. And Gary, I'll talk to you first. It's not just about what y'all are doing here in Las Vegas, but it's also, there's a ton of alumni competing for world titles inside the Thomas Mack.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited to celebrate the achievements. We kind of see ourselves as a stepping stone for these rodeo athletes, and Kate being one of them for sure. But out of the breakaway ropers, or including the breakaway ropers, 127 out of 135 contestants are NHSRA alumni. So it's fun for us to put that little notch in our hat.
Well, Teton Ridge has done so much for the National High School Rodeo Association and elevating the entire game. But Kate, when it comes to being a student officer in Las Vegas, not really the ideal place for a high school student, but you guys are out here doing a lot of things to raise awareness for the greater association.
Yes, sir, we are. We're having a great time along with us doing that. We are representing high school rodeo wherever we're going here, mainly in the Cowboy Christmas at our booth upstairs, where we are selling raffle tickets to support the scholarships that our foundation gives away to their members, and really just promoting our association wherever we're at.
And what events do you compete in?
I compete in the breakaway roping, team roping, goat tying, and pole bending.
Oh my goodness, just an all-around hand. I feel honored. But speaking of all-around hands and what all-around titles do to lead to history, you guys are actually have some historical pieces potentially that you're auctioning off.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it right. You know, each year we're very fortunate to have such a great partnership with the PRCA, and we give alumni banners to celebrate the alumni in the arena, and obviously all the NFR contestants. And so during the back number ceremony, we get those autographed, and we're going to be auctioning those off. So if you swing by our booth or visit us at nhsrastore.com, you can auction on one of those, keep a piece of history for yourselves.
Absolutely. And when you watch the National Finals Rodeo, does your heart beat quicken just a little bit at the thought of one day I could be competing in there?
Yes, sir. I definitely have goosebumps. It's so amazing to especially hear how a lot of these athletes competing in the Thomas and Mack have come up through high school rodeo. So to see how they have utilized this association to grow their skills and learn how to just handle the rodeo atmosphere. So it's exciting to know that this is preparing me if I decide to go that route and see myself being in the Thomas and Mack one day too.
Well, obviously, thank you for being a great leader in your role, and you and the rest of your student officers do a wonderful job. Mr. Gary, thank you for being with us as well, and best of luck in all your upcoming ventures.
Thank you, sir.
Kadee?
Well, thanks, Anthony. Yes, a stepping stone indeed from the High School Rodeo Association. The two world champions alongside me, well, they high school rodeoed, and I think they had extremely bright futures. And Luke, we're going to get right into Luke's lock and your horsepower reports.
Yeah, so horsepower tonight, obviously. How can you go wrong with Sister? I mean, she has been dominant the first 3 rounds, and watching Haley jockey this mare and the connection that they have, we're going to get to see it right here. And this first round, you know, Haley going at him, #1 in the world, top of the ground, a little bit. She went a little by that first one, but I know that's a problem that they've had to work on. But Sister is flawless the rest of this run right here. And again, her jockey on her back, Haley, they got such a connection. But this round right here, I know she had talked about that she got so close to the first barrel that she could feel the barrel breathe on her. I didn't know barrels could breathe. But again, second, third were just absolutely perfect for the go-around win again. So Sister has done some business, some work in this barn, but this one right here around that first barrel, the leg lift, if she doesn't get that leg lift up, she might tip that barrel and obviously not win the go-around if you get a 5-second penalty. Great shot with the telestrator there. I did the circling, so it's not a perfect circle. Forgive me for that. But this run, Jackie, you got a front row view of this, was impressive. Watch the first barrel is perfect, but going into the second, we see it slow down. See, Haley said Sister had trouble picking it up. And that horse had to make a complete shift to the right to get around it, and then get around it to not knock it off the back. Jackie, you got a front row seat.
Yeah, I was front row seat, and I seen her coming around there, and all of a sudden she shifted to the left as if she was maybe going to duck the second barrel, which I know she probably wasn't, but just it was scary. It's like she didn't, just like Haley said, didn't pick it up or didn't read it, and just was too straight to it, and it was a little sketch there for a second. I got a little nervous, but she picked it up. But what's really cool too is that talking about how close her first barrel been and how tight she's been to that first barrel, I know that's been a struggle for Haley, like in the training and the first years of competition. That barrel is not their strong point. She has to use a totally different style, she said. She has to turn her a little more straight there. She's a little more rigid to the right. So it's really neat to see her come in and really do a great first barrel of 3 runs.
Well, Kadee, I'm not going to say where she got those pointers on that first barrel, but
There we go.
it's so impressive to see what they have done in the past, but what they're doing now inside this arena.
Who do you have for steer wrestling?
I'm going to go with JD Struckness. He hasn't had the finals that I've expected him to have. He has a great steer that they were 4-2 on him in the first round, missed the barrier a little bit, but JD's going to blow the barrier out, ride and crush Ty Erickson's great horse, and he's going to swing him.
Well, just to go back to my pick just for a minute, we were talking about Haley, and I know, Jackie, you agree with me that how can you bet against Haley and Sister right now? I want to give the other horses some opportunity, but I just can't. I just think that Haley and Sister, they're so dialed in right now. Be very curious to see what we see here in round 4 just moments from now. But Jackie, for you, when it comes to tie down and team roping, who are your eyes on tonight?
Well, listen, first of all, I want to say that Luke doesn't play by the rules because he waits to do his pick until he gets the draw, which is literally when the show is starting.
That's just smart business.
So now I picked
Whatever.
Tough Cooper. I still have faith in Tough Cooper. Tough Cooper's going to have a hard calf to get by. He's got the first calf that Ty Harris was a little long on. That calf was really sharp out of the chute, wanted to kind of turn back to the right a little bit and let up. So he's got a little bit of an obstacle there. Again, you cheated, but I got faith in Tough Cooper. He's riding that great horse Hammer. He's looked great. He's looked on point. He's hit the start every night, and maybe he'll hit the start and get it on that calf. And I want to see some old Tough Cooper right now.
Okay, well, what about the team roping?
Listen. Again.
Did you do any homework?
I didn't. But you know what? I go off my gut feeling.
You go on talent alone, not what the talent
I go
draws.
on my gut feel. That's right.
Yeah.
Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin. I
Good
just
choice.
feel like these guys, they came out, they looked really good in the first 2 rounds. Last night, they go out of the average, but I think with Coleman being in the race for the all-around, they're going to be gunning at all the round money that they can get, and these guys know how to be fast, so I'm picking them.
Okay, I'm going to go Eric Rogers, Paul Eves, because
Why,
I
'cause you
did
looked at the
some
draw?
homework. Yeah, I looked at the draw again. I mean, they have the steer that T. Wade and Thorpe won the round on. So, yeah, obviously.
Maybe they can do the timed event draws just a little bit earlier for us,
That'd be
just
cheating
so we
if you
can all
follow
have.
the PRCA rule book. You can't do that. Sorry. You just have to have somebody in the office sending you the draw.
Why aren't you sharing your homework then with the rest of the team?
Well, you want to know about the steer wrestler? You don't pick a steer wrestler. That's my job.
Well, you could share with Jackie. That would be nice.
Okay, JD Struckness has a steer they won the first round on, or did win the first round on, but has a good chance. So there you go.
Okay, great.
Good luck with
Thanks.
that.
Maybe tomorrow.
Anyways,
I'm not going to pick mine tomorrow until
Eric Rogers, Paul Eves get the W in the team roping.
Well, there you heard it here first with the timed event picks. We've still got rough stock picks to go. We're going to be checking in with JB Mauney over at Zouk inside Resorts World. But as we go to break, help us welcome the Indigenous Nations Dance Group.
And I'll have the miso glazed salmon, please. Thank you.
Excellent choice. And for you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have the 8-ounce filet. Medium. Oh, and the seafood tower for the table.
Good call.
Great call.
Cheers.
At Tractor Supply, we understand that out here, no 2 days are the same. Some days start early, others end a little late. Some days you're taking things a step at a time, others you're just stepping away from it all. Some days you're caring for your property, others your family. Either way, you're ready for whatever comes next. At Tractor Supply, we'll help you make the most of life out here, no matter how you live it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
We want to give a big thanks to the Indigenous Nations Dance Group for having great dancing inside the Pro Rodeo Fan Zone. Hey, I hope you're having fun with us on the NFR Preshow, presented by Brumbaugh's Furniture and Design. We've got Kaycee and Stetson back, and we're going to talk all about rough stock. And this is our Tractor Supply stars to watch. And Kaycee, you've got Dean Thompson tonight.
I sure do. I'm proud of Dean. He's a fellow Utah kid. Tough kid. He's got the horse tonight from Wade Sankey Pro Rodeo. Shouting Shoes. This horse is going to be awesome. Going to take a little bit of a scoot and then really get going and get higher in the air and cover less ground. This horse is going to really let Dean show off, and so this is an opportunity for Dean to go from the 4th and 5th place in the average to bump up to 2nd or 3rd. I don't know if he's going to catch the 1st place guy, but this is a big opportunity for Dean on an amazing horse, Shouting Shoes from Sankey Rodeo. Let's do it, Dean. I'm ready for you to come out and show off.
Stetson, who do you have for Saddle Bronc?
I got Brody Kress on Awesome Sauce of United Pro Rodeos. It's a super good horse. I've been on it here before. Brody got on it last year, I think, and was like not very high, but I think it was a fluke deal, and Brody's riding super good right now. I think he'll come back. He's got a really good shot to win the round, but I mean, all 15 of them Bronc riders are outstanding, but I'm going to have to go with Brody tonight.
All right, we'll see how it shapes up there for round number 4. We're going to check in now with 2-time PBR World Champion bull rider JB Mauney. He's hanging out at Zouk nightclub in Resorts World. And JB, I know you're having a lot of fun over there, and you have been all week. Let's talk bull riding. Who do you have for tonight?
I'm going with Wesley Sella. I picked him on my team. He's hadn't really showed what he's made of first 3 rounds, but he's got devil's advocate tonight. So if it's time to turn it around, it's tonight. He rides this one. He's in 91 or 92 and wins the round pretty easy.
What do you think about that, Stetson?
I'm right there with him. I agree on that, but I am going to go with Jordan Spears. He's got Bugatti. It's a super good black bull. And Dustin Bouquet rode this bull to 89.5 last year in Sioux Falls. It should be super good, but I'm really with JB on this. I want Wasey to stay on, turn his finals around, get back in that all-around race, and even the bull riding race. I want this kid to win it all, do something that not many guys have done before, and win a bull riding world title and an all-around his first year.
Luke, it looks like you'd like to add something, even though this is not your event.
No, it's not my event, but I want to say JB looks like he has all his friends out there at Zouk with him. I mean, Stetson, did you get that tired of JB? You had to come over here with us?
No, I
Where's
like
your friends,
James?
JB? I have my friend Luke.
Well, I owe him money. That's why I'm not going over there, because then he'll expect me to pay him.
JB, we'll get back to you here.
Where's my cash?
JB, we'll get back to you in just a minute. We've got to update our Pro Fantasy Rodeo standings here for our Tattoo Charity League. And Stetson, you're sitting on top right now in 1st place, looking pretty good.
I love Vegas.
Wow, but
Vegas.
that number
I'm back to winning.
Number 9. Dang. Have you ever played this game before?
No, I haven't.
Well, apparently that shows.
Maybe some tips next time would be pretty nice, big guy.
No, he doesn't share his homework. Didn't you hear that in the last segment? He won't share with Jackie any of the timed event.
Listen, if you want tips, you're going to have to get the one that has the buckle from winning it, not me.
I did. I have that buckle.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah. Luke, before you head inside to the Thomas Mack Center, any final thoughts as round 4 is upon us?
Listen, surprised that the note times we've had in the steer wrestling is shocker, but the biggest, Tyler Wagons Pack has not got a check in the steer wrestling. He told me last night, he said, man, I'm backing in the box like I'm the world champ. Well, everybody at this table knows when you back in the box at the national finals, you have to go and get that gold buckle, no matter how many times you've won it prior to that. He said, I'm backing in there like I'm hungry for it. I'm going to get the start and go throw them down. I mean, Stetson, when you come in here after your gold buckles, they don't just give it to you. You got to go earn that next one.
Yeah, and that's for sure. And I even struggled with that my first year after I won my first world title coming back. It was like the slow start of my next finals. And finally, once I realized, like, it doesn't just come right back to you. You got to work for it. I've been well off since. Like, every time I've showed up, I've started off all my finals good since my 2nd NFR.
Yeah, just like Stetson, the first World Championship, it's not easy. But the second one, the third one, the ones after the first one, they're tougher to get. They really are. You have to figure out your body. You have to figure out the mental aspect of it. Luke, quit messing around. Sorry, guys, it's Luke. Yeah. But no, you have to come here and you have to want it each and every year. You think you win one world title and you think you got things figured out. That's where you're going wrong. You have to come up here. You have to be young every time you show up to the NFR like it's your first time and go at it hungry as ever.
Spoken from champions right here, world champions in their own right. Hey, we're going to toss it over now to Pro Rodeo Fantasy inside Zouk at Resorts World. Sierra, take it away.
Thank you, Kadee. I find it kind of interesting that Stetson is now joined over there as soon as we said that the loser had to eat a cricket. Did you notice that?
Yeah, and
this is why he showed up today.
And we're not losers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
don't worry, Stetson. It wasn't you.
You want me to just set them out?
No, I don't want to look at them. No, I can't. No.
I'm going to just go ahead and do it.
Oh my God. Well, she has to eat all of them.
No. I have to eat a
I thought
cricket.
yesterday they were supposed to be live.
No. I just said, would you eat a live cricket? Because you said you'd eat anything. Oh,
yeah,
my God. Please no close up.
They've seen better days.
They don't look like crickets. They look like maggots. It's okay.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm just going to hold this here so I can't see them. We'll see, guys.
This
is great. I love this.
Might be a day or so old.
We called it yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Expert picks. Sierra's going to eat the crickets.
Well,
we knew it.
Oh yeah, here's our leaderboard. Oh my, look at how sad that is.
Yeah. Fifth is better than sixth, I guess.
Well, Kaycee, you're honestly not too far behind JB.
I'm just hoping I don't end up last.
Yeah.
Not last. It's fine. I'm holding that. It's pretty strong now. It's all right. It's a slow start, but it's going to be okay because it's going to pick up. Speaking of slow starts, we got to talk about a few of these pretty surprising athletes coming in that I was not expecting to kind of have tough luck here starting out the finals. I mean, we'll start with you, JB. I mean, who do you think kind of sticking out? I assume Hayes Waite because I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am too. When you get to this arena, for me, it always went one of two ways. I rode excellent or I got wrecked out the entire time. And when it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I talked about it yesterday. It's a light switch. When the switch is off, it's off. You can't do any right. But one ride switches it back on, and I look forward to him turning things around. And once you get that confidence of one ride under you, then the ball goes rolling.
We'll go with you next, Kaycee, because, again, you gave me a tip that Tyler Waguespack is such a deal because he was hurt and he made the final still. I mean, I was with you, but Mr. PFR himself, $0. Tyler, so far.
I just thought that was a no-brainer pick, and only 15% of the fans picked him on this team. But you can't keep a squirrel out of timber in timber country. So, he's having a little, trouble getting his start, getting good goes, but he's got 7 more rounds, and he's going to go at him. He's going to get hungry. Natural winner, it's going to happen.
I mean, that looked like that was setting up to be exactly what Wag does. But I mean, what really goes on there for the? I mean, I don't know much about throwing the steer. So when they get hung up like that, is that something that happens just steps before?
That steer right there stepped into him a little bit and took away some power, and so the momentum didn't really finish to go all the way around. And it's just little inches like that sometimes matter whether the flag or whether it's clean and the flag comes down fast, or they 2-point fall and then the flag goes down slow.
Okay, makes sense. Well, I'm very surprised with, again, my pick in the barrel racing, Emily Heisel. Again, she's got a lineup of horses, and they haven't been doing bad. She's just been out of it just enough. I think she was 7th and then 9th. I mean, she's been right there, and she would have placed great last night, but she did get the barrel. But
she has like 3 horses, doesn't she? Yeah, and they're all top.
And they were all running
notch.
so good before the NFR. She didn't even know who to pick for round 1. She had to post it on Facebook and ask her followers, who do you guys think? Because I can't even decide. But here's Chongo. We all know that he is always so electric in this building. And he just got that barrel, which the first is hard. It's a really hard one to get. I mean, even the horses that have it in there a million times, it's a blind first barrel, and sometimes you miss it. And the ground's been shaky. I'm sure you guys have noticed that. You're watching the barrels intently.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't recall watching the barrels.
You didn't
I
watch
watched
it?
the Bulldog, you know.
Right.
And then
I watch
Lisa.
riding.
I'll make sure I watch Lisa.
There you go.
She's my favorite.
She's the OG.
She's on my team, so I watch my team members. You know, that keeps me involved. But no, you know, Emily, that little brown horse is just so electric. I mean, when she lays one down, she could, you know, probably make the NFR a 1D barrel racing.
Yeah.
That horse is that fast.
I agree. I'm ready. I'm ready to see it. And another person who is also on my team that has surprisingly had a slow start is Lefty Holman. JB, help me out. What's going on?
He'll get it turned around. It's, you know, they got him for missing one out, which that's, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. But he's riding good. You can tell right there. He's riding great. He's riding excellent. Right there you see the yellow flag. They got him. Missed the horse out. It's what they said. Could have went either way, you know, but.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Really?
But that's the judge's call.
And they do have the new review system in place. I mean,
Yes.
do you recall, did they take it to review?
Yes.
And they still said, I mean, that's technology, JB.
Oh, I know. I dealt with it for a long time in my career with that replay. Sometimes it was on my side, and a lot of times it wasn't.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing all of these athletes do what they know how to do, especially because they're on my team. So come on, guys, help me out. We got it. I can't eat any more bugs. We're
waiting on this.
Before we do, though, we're going to throw it over to Alicia with a couple of exciting anecdotes, hopefully, for us. And I believe Stetson's joining her. Hey, Stetson, chicken, didn't want to eat a cricket. What's going on over there, man?
I ain't eating no crickets. I ain't losing.
He didn't eat them on camera anyway, but thanks, Sierra. Yeah, we're going to give you some behind-the-scenes insight to hopefully give you some, you know, insight for your rodeo picks and your Pro Fantasy Rodeo daily picks as well. So, of course, joining me, Stetson Wright, 8-time champion of the world, and we were kind of talking. I think you've nodded your head in the Thomas and Mack 77 times.
Yeah, I guess that's what you had it figured out. I had no idea, but yeah, I wish it was a few more, but last year kind of put an end to that.
Now, coming and competing here for these 10 days, you can get in your head, especially if things don't go your way right off the hop. But there's a lot of ways that you guys as competitors kind of keep the fun and lightheartedness, and one of those is, you know, the rookies. It's your first rookie year, you come here and you compete, and in the bull riding anyway, you know, if you buck off in the first round, sometimes there's a little challenge that you have to complete. In your rookie year in 2019, you were the only guy to ride. What happened to the other ones?
They maybe had a little harder bulls than me. I drew the perfect one, Monty Walsh, and ended up getting the round win. And all the other guys either had to shave their head, wear some kind of costume, or I think get drunk before the grand entry deal the next night. So yeah, I got away from it clean. JB's the same way. I think he was the only rookie that stayed on in the first round, and he won it too. So we were both pretty lucky. But yeah, them deals are not fun.
Well, one of the guys that has taken the lightheartedness and just been having fun is Zeke Thurston. And we're going to throw it to the screen here because when they were doing grand entry practice, I believe Zeke replaced the Canadian flag with the broom as you see in this picture. This is Colby Wanchuk's Snapchat story. He says a clean sweep loading up for Canada, and man, is Zeke Thurston been on a roll, sitting number 1 in the average and has just been having an absolutely incredible week. Another funny thing that we've been seeing and has hit the Facebook world is we've seen Zeke not riding in on a horse, something with a little bit longer ears in the grand entry, and that's Derek Begay's mule, John Henry, straight out of the ranch in Arizona. His first time to the big show, Zeke saw him ride him in. He said, I want to ride him in grand entry, and Derek let him. And after he won the first round, was third in the second, and first in the third round, he said, I guess I can't ask him to step off. He's on a roll, eh, Stetson?
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, Zeke's just having fun, and a guy that's having fun, it's almost impossible to beat him. And that Zeke has done that for years. Ever since I've known Zeke, he's just a happy-going guy. In and out of the arena, he's always got a smile on his face, joking around with his buddies, and that's one thing that I've always liked about Zeke is he's been good to me, and I guess good to everybody I've seen around him. And you see that he's having fun and loving riding broncs.
Having fun, and I mean, there's only about $1,200 now separating Zeke from Damian Brennan in that number 1 spot in the world. Okay, I want to know, Eliminator pen tonight in the saddle bronc riding. Who's your lock for tonight? Who do you think's going to win?
I'm going to have to go with Zeke. Like, I've had Brody and Zeke because they both have good horses, but Zeke has a horse that to watch, it doesn't look that hard to ride, but I think Zeke will. It still is a hard horse to ride. It just doesn't look like it, and I think Zeke will dominate him, and it'll set him up to maybe win another round. And like I've said on this show every night, you can't count him out. It doesn't matter if he has the bottom end horse or the top end horse. Zeke's always going to give himself a chance. He gives the same ride every single time, a very consistent spur out, and then dominates them all throughout the whole 8 seconds, and then gets off, and he's all pumped up, and it's hard not to like what he's doing.
Now, I know you're a little bit biased because you have two brothers competing in this event, but in your opinion, is there anybody that's going to be able to catch up to Zeke Thurston in this race?
Just because I've been here, rode here, I know how it works. I won my first bronc riding world title bucking off 2 horses. So in my opinion, if these guys are going to have a chance, they're going to have to start going for the rounds. Like the way Zeke is, you have to win rounds in order to catch up. I've never been a guy that rides for the average, and for all these guys that are trailing Zeke, they might want to start thinking the same thing. You got to start slinging the lead, throwing the Hail Mary passes, because you're not going to catch up to a guy that's riding as consistent as Zeke is. And that is how everybody should be going at it right now, because Zeke is at this point running away with it, and they better start winning.
And in your mind, why do you think he's been on such a hot trail? What has been so sharp about Zeke this week?
It's that spur out to the consistent ride. Like, he's not bobbling like other guys are, and like he's taking the mark out rule, taking the review and throwing it away, because he is doing the 2-jump mark out just like he wants, and he's riding clear through the whistle, giving the judges exactly what they want to see. And it really is hard to stop a guy that is doing consistent things every single time. But there is, like I said, 14 other guys that ride just as good as him, but Zeke loves it here. Zeke's always had success in Vegas, so he's here, and he knows that he shines bright in Vegas, and nobody's going to take that light away from him unless they start, I guess, coming for blood.
Well, thanks for all your insights, Stetson. I mean, if he takes the cake again here in Vegas, this will be his 3rd consecutive world championship title. So a lot of big things to look forward to. But I want to head back over to Zouk nightclub there with Sierra. And, oh, man, I know what you're in for in a little bit. I've been trying to stall out for you. I hope you brought your dental floss, Sierra, because I think you have a challenge that you have to complete.
Have fun.
Yeah, what happened to that? Alicia, I thought we planned we were going to talk until we ran out of time, and then...
I tried.
It's okay. Thank you so much.
Mount up.
I think we need some proof. Like last night, I don't know if it was lemon juice.
Yeah.
It was.
That doesn't look like a cricket.
They look like maggots, but...
It could be like bacon shards.
Well...
How do you know that's a cricket?
Why don't you try one first, Kaycee?
All right.
Oh,
if I try one, you have to eat the rest.
No, I'm not agreeing to that. Oh my God, he did it.
Tastes like bacon. Try it.
They probably got you some bacon.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, that's terrible.
Nope.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
You lost. I'm not trying.
You have to eat them all now.
Someone on the crew said they tried it, and they said it's not bad, but the aftertaste is kind of like dog food.
Definitely need a beer after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one? You can pick it.
All of them.
That big
that
nasty
giant
one right there.
No, that's like 3. I'm having
that
this.
one.
No. Oh my God. Oh
that nasty one right there. Real crunchy. Where you get all the texture.
Oh, it's coming back up now. Wait, don't eat it.
Stop. Okay. All right. A bet's a bet. I have to mention
Down the hatch. Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that aftertaste. Oh, my God.
That kind of lingers a little bit.
Oh, my God.
Can you feel it crawling around in there?
That aftertaste is so bad.
That's a little like charcoal, maybe.
No. Dog food.
Yeah.
Oh, a replay.
Oh,
Great.
It does taste like
look at the
dog food.
replay.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. Good,
I hate
good
this
work.
game.
Good sport.
Whose
You're a good
idea
sport.
was this? God.
Yours.
Yeah, it was actually.
I'm glad I got by with wearing a Wonka suit.
Just wait. Just wait. Okay, moving on from that traumatic experience, we're going to go over our injury report because there's a couple of athletes that are sustained some injuries here during the NFR, and I want to get your guys' take on it. Bad injuries, too. Right, JB?
Yeah.
Injury expert.
I think we'll start first with the bareback riding. Keenan Hayes and Rocker Steiner riding with a right wrist sprain. But Kaycee, you said you had some insider info about that?
Yeah, I was able to bump into Bobby Steiner here, and he said actually Rocker did fracture a small bone in his wrist. Some really long word I can't pronounce. Not really much pain and doesn't really take away any power, just with the movement of him holding on to the bareback rigging. But he said the problem is it swells up. And so last night that was a major issue. If he can get his hand in the rigging, he's good. And I guess it swelled up a little bit more today. So they were doing some therapies on him and worked real hard. But the Steiners are tough. You know, I rodeoed with Sid. You know, they don't get any tougher. And Rocker just a tip off the old block. So if he can get his hand in the rigging tonight, it's not going to affect his performance.
We'll go with you next, JB, with Clayton Sellers, because he actually did pretty good even with his injury.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider an injury the way he rode last night. I mean, makes an excellent bull ride away from his hands. And, you know, when your hips are bothering you, growing, that's the hardest thing to do is ride like that right there, because your hips are what keeps you where you need to be. And you see, when you make a good ride, that adrenaline runs, and that's the best pain cure ever.
Well, I got to ask, though, I mean, with that much adrenaline going on, no matter how hurt you are those 8 seconds, are you feeling any pain?
Sometimes, you know, it just depends on how bad it is, you know, what the injury is. Sometimes you do feel it, sometimes you don't. But, you know, when you make a great ride like that, you don't really feel any pain till you walk out of the arena. Yeah. Once the adrenaline kind of calms down, then it's like, oh, shit. But, you know, it doesn't look like it's affecting him at all, so.
No. He seems just fine to me.
Yeah.
Case, are you still tasting the cricket? Because I am. I can see you over there.
Maybe a little Casamigos. Let's talk about last night.
No, man.
What happened last night, JB?
No. I hung out with Paul.
What time did we get in this morning?
I'm not real sure. This morning.
Do we have any fans want to have any insight? I do have one cool fact about the earlier segment where, you know, the athlete's not winning much.
Yeah.
So Ty Harris, he come 2 nights ago, stayed here, won the Rodeo Vegas swag bag, won the round last night. So maybe that's what it's going to take to switch their luck. We got to come to Rodeo Vegas, hang out with the rodeo fans, listen to their entertainers, and then get on that stage, winning stage the next day.
I always said you feel rough, you ride tough, so.
That's JB right there.
I'd have been 108 tonight.
JB, let's move on to our final segment for tonight. We got to go over our locks. We got to go for going all in on one athlete for tonight. JB, who you locking in tonight?
Oh, Jess Pope. Can't go wrong. I picked him right off the bat. He was down there a little ways, but he's just like Zeke in the bronc riding. They show up here, they always perform, and they always ride good, all 10 rounds. And so I'm sticking with Jess. I mean, great ride right there. Moved me up quite a few spots in the
Seems pretty good to me.
I'm going to go with Josh Frost.
You want Josh?
Josh Frost tonight has the bull called One Chance. He's only been ridden once in 2024. It's a risky pick, but I really think if Josh covers him, he's going to win it all.
All right.
And I'm stepping in your category in the bull riding.
Yeah, you're kind of stepping on the toes. I'm going into DeCafro, and I think Shad Mayfield. I've just been kind of waiting on him. He did great last night. This was obviously one of the fastest sets of calves they had. He was a 7-7, still placed good. I mean, that was a tough round last night. Speaking of Ty, that was an incredible run he had. But I mean, Shad's kind of had some tricky calves. That one calf that went left, I believe, in round 2. I mean, that was pretty impressive what he's been able to do. So
Money Mayfield.
his confidence just should be getting up and up and up. And I'm pretty excited to watch it. And I'm really excited for my team to do great, everybody. Let's go. Right?
Get your picks in. There you go.
I bet you are.
Only up from here. Stay tuned. After the rodeo, we're going to be coming at you with rodeo recap and then right back over here with JB and myself for more Rodeo Vegas Live fun. Stay in it.